Sorry, out. Alright, sorry guys. Sorry, I was muted. Alright, so in today's video we're gonna play Siege, but it's not really me playing Siege. I recorded this like a long time ago. So yeah. Today I'm gonna be just like recording myself, basically like telling stories and this gameplay on. And some of these stories is disturbing, so if you guys do not like disturbing stuff, I would say do not watch this. And I'm not kidding, like, do not watch this if you do not like disturbing stuff. Viewer discretion advised. So, the first story we're gonna tell is the day I had the story of, I think, I saw in my dream someone committing a murder. So basically, like a few months ago or a few weeks ago, it was in March, I had this dream about these two people, a couple, or no, wait, let me start off with murder. I remember it. So I was on the internet, and I saw this link, and it said, press it, and I pressed it, and then it said, which house do you want to go to? So, of course, I clicked one of the houses, and then it brought me to this couple's house, because the way that I know they were a couple, see, they're kissing and shit. So after a while, they just start talking about how they didn't pay this money yet, and how they were laughing their asses off, and how, how about this guy can't do shit about it, that they didn't pay him his money. So after a little while, like 2 hours has passed, I seen that the door just fucking was banged on. Or not banged on, just smashed. So when it smashed through, a guy came in with a baseball bat, but they didn't know, they were asleep. And then he knocked both of them out. And then, after that, he dragged them to their basement. Basically, like, he put them in his car, and then he went to his house, and then he dragged them to the basement. And his basement had, like, a bunch of money. Like, I'm not even talking. Like, fat stash cash. Fat cash of stacks. Fuck. So, yeah. After that, after they woke up, like, the money was on the floor. Like, it made up the floor. Like the money, it was like the floor. Money was floor, basically. So basically, then he told him, wake your asses up. And then they did. And then they were like, little food. And he was like, no, you guys didn't pay me my money, so I'm gonna fucking make you pay my money. So then the guy that was carrying the baseball bat, he took a metal one, and then he said, last chance, where the fuck's my money? And then they said, we don't have it. So after a little while, the guy that had the baseball bat just started beating the absolute shit out of them with the baseball bat, and all the dust was flying, like, he was yelling, "Pay me my motherfucking money!" And he just kept smashing on their head until there was nothing remaining. And then, they just cut out. I dreamed and I woke up and I didn't wake up ever. And then I didn't just go to sleep. I hope you guys like that first story. It's a bit disturbing. I told you guys that that the videos are gonna be disturbing. I warned you guys. So it's not my fault if you guys didn't listen. Let's move on to story 2. The phase. And this story will be some really disturbing shit. Stuff that I might need to not say, because I can't say that on YouTube, or else I'll really get fucking in trouble. Like, this story is fucked up. Fucked up to the max. So basically, it started on night. Oh fuck, I forgot the name of the story. Oh yeah. This story was called The Twilight. No, I'm joking. The story was called, what the fuck did I call it again? Oh yeah, The Murder of the Ghost. So, by the way, this is not a real move. This is not a real thing. I just made this one up. Just yeah. All right. So, there was one night. These two kids were alone. They look like siblings, probably siblings. After that, they were watching a movie together. As they heard a knock, they assumed that it was their mom, but they had to check because it was the middle of the night. It was like 3 a.m. So, after they looked at the people and they saw nobody, they called their mom and said, "Hey mom, was that you at the door?" And she said, "No, what are you talking about? I'm still at my friend's house." And then they panicked. So, and they told mom, "Somebody's at the door." She said, "Just don't answer the door. You guys are old. Take care of yourselves." Oh, fuck. Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. My bad, guys. I'm really sorry. I was not gonna plan to make this video, but I just got the urge to. So, after they just heard it, they just went upstairs because they were too frightened to do anything. So, that might have been the best thing that they've done the whole night. Because, as they were going upstairs, they heard a banging on the door, and all you could hear was, and what they heard was, "Honey, open the door. It's me, Mom. You don't need to be scared anymore." And they were like, "What the fuck? How did they know that we were on the phone with their mom?" They rushed upstairs. And as I told you before, it's probably the best thing that they've done. So, then banging got louder and louder to the point where they could hear it from the bathroom. I mean, from their room. And they were hiding in the closet. It was like, "Open the door now or else you're grounded." But it sounded red like just their mom. They called their mom instantly. And she picked up and she said, "Hello?" And he said, "Mom, where are you?" She said, "I'm making my way home right now." And he said, "Don't! Call the cops and go back to your friend's house." And the mom was like, "What? Wait, what happened?" They explained to her that somebody was going as her, sounded like her, and was trying to get into the house. As soon as she heard it, she took a sharp U-turn back to her friend's house. Like, It wasn't even that far. She was like a few, like 10 minutes away. She went back. She went back to her friend's house, and her friends were surprised to see her. And she said, "Jessica, what are you doing back here?" Or not Jessica, Sophia. She said, "My kids are in danger. We need to call 911. She said, "What's happening? Is everything okay? Can I know?" She said, "Yes, but we gotta call the cops. I'll tell you as we call the cops." So, 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 they wanted to call the cops. And she started explaining. The friend heard. The friend was terrified. The friend had no emotions in her eyes. She looked dead. And then these words came out of her mouth. My kids might be dead. My kids. She told the cops this. "Can you hurry up and get to my house? My kids might die." Which worried the friend. So then, the cops, as soon as they, as soon as they, I can't even say it myself. As soon as the cops arrived, they yelled, "Kids, are you here? Hello?" No answer. They said it again. "Kids, if you're here, make yourself visible. Make yourself clearable." The cops said. And then the lights went out. And the cops went upstairs. It was 5 of them. The cop said, "Open up!" But then, they heard the kids yelling. It sounded awfully, it was mixed with the words of, it was like, "Help us!" So, it could have been anything that could have been happening right now. And the cops would have never knew. The kids could be dead. After that, there was just silence. The lights are still off. The kids are screaming. Everything's going bad right now. Until they hear something. They hear, "Come up here, we're okay." It did sound like a kid's voice, but they didn't believe it. So, what he did is, "Can you come up downstairs?" He said, "No, we can't." The cop said, "Why?" He said, "The monster might be there." And as they were doing that, and as the cop kept telling them to come down here, they kept saying, "Come downstairs, it's okay." They wouldn't listen. They just wouldn't listen. They kept saying, "Come upstairs!" Which the cops didn't believe one bit. So what they did was, they said, "Kids, come downstairs or we're leaving." They heard a door open. They said, and they heard, "So why don't you join them?" They saw the kids' bodies, unconscious. They're probably dead. They're bleeding from their mouths. The cops shoot the thing 2 times, and it falls to the ground. But It wakes back up. The cops say, "What are you?" And they say, "We're just a kid's imaginary. We're just a kid's playful imaginary friend. He don't mean no harm." And the cops say, "What do you mean we? Where's the rest of them?" Oh. "Do you mean, how are they?" The creature said. The police tried with all its force to try and keep themselves calm. They were already super scared. You could tell them you could tell they were literally shivering. And as they heard water getting poured, they said, "Who's in the kitchen?" She said, "No one." And then, after that,
Locate the biohazard container.
after that, they heard even more water dripping. After it, the bottle was done. Then we said, "What did you do with the kids?" She said, "Do you want to find out?" The cops repeatedly said, "Tell us right now. Shoot your brain." The monster wasn't phased at all. The monster just said, "Do it." Cold-hearted monster went up to the police officers and stabbed one of the police officers' hearts out. He was gasping in pain. Before then,
Secure the container.
it was clear that the monster was going to kill all of them. So did. He ripped another one's lungs out and exploded them. And for the final cop, I'm pretty sure he took him by his arm and left. The mom came and she saw her kids. The police weren't there. She saw the corpse of the police. And after that, she went to the kids. And then they woke up and said, "Mommy, that was really fun. Can you come play with us next time?" And the mom was so confused. She said, what do you mean?" They're like, "Don't be scared, Mommy. We'll all be good in heaven. We'll all be good when we die." And the mom was scared for her life. Sad, too. She said, my babies?"
Protect the biohazard
She said,
container.
"We're not babies anymore, Mommy. We're ghosts." I mean, we're not ghosts. We're still babies. Do you want to play with us? Maybe you could meet our friend. The mom said, "What's your name for friend's name, honey?" She said. And then her daughter, in a very, very, very voice, said, "Behind you, Mommy." Or, if I had to put an example, behind you, Mommy.
Op 4 drone has located the biohazard container.
You. She'll turn you into one of us, and then you can play forever and ever. The mom has been missing for now 5 years, and the kids have been missing for 30. The kids have been missing for 50 years. So has the kids. So has the mom. People now say that they've all died. And that all of their spirits are now in hell, rotting away. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Again, if you guys, I told you guys that this story is disturbing, and this story is disturbing, and a lot of you won't find it very good. Sorry if you guys are scared. Or sorry if some of the audience are scared. I know most of you are not because there's plenty of games. But it's the best one. And this urban legend story was called The Ghost That Plays with People. Playful ghost. Oh yeah, if you guys tell me which story you find good the most in the comments, so I could do more of these videos if you guys want. So yeah.
Down to 15 seconds. Time expires in 10 seconds.
Thank you guys, and goodbye. Next story that we have. This might be the most disturbing, scary story I've told. So, this all happened in 1855. No. 1940. 1940. That was the middle of World War II. Germany has more of the allies. It's literally the Axis powers have an advantage right now. So as the war was going on in the middle of Germany, there was a boy named Achi. Not Achi. I need to find a better name than that.
Secure the room.
There was a boy
The biohazard
named Hadamir. Hadamir was 5 years old at the time. And where he lived, the war usually broke out. But he had a fallout shelter. So basically, whenever wars would break out in the middle of Germany, he would hide there and scared with his family. But his dad, he went for the army.
10 seconds remaining.
He fought for Germany and the Axis powers. His wife was arguing with him so much. With the husband. Join the Allied powers, not the Axis. All the husband said was, so, in 2 years, Germany was close to surrendering. And So Germany was close to stopping fighting. Something bad happened. As an American soldier went in, bad stuff happened to this little boy's mother. For starters, his mom got killed by the time that he was 10 by an American soldier. And he was crying so much. And the American soldier, little boy, then said, "What is your name, little boy?" Hadamir told him his name. My name is Hadamir, sir. Hadamir. Oh. You wanna come with me? The little boy. And said, okay, sir. The American soldier is pretty calm at the time. You see, he didn't know that Amir's mom was the person that he killed. That's why he was scared. So, as Hadamir went into the American hell, went to America, he saw something that looked like a German air force, or airplane, or aircraft, as you would say it in wars. So, as they were riding, the pilot said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have to do a emergency landing. There's German aircrafts right next to us, and they're telling us to go down, so we're gonna wish the best of luck that they don't shoot us, and down, God bless all of you." So they all said, "Oh no." Everybody was yelling in tears, crying. Kids started waking up. Babies were crying. Mothers, fathers, families, everybody was crying. But the thing was, Hadamir recognized that aircraft. It looked so much like his father. He told the American, "Hey, sir?" And the American said, "Yes, son?" Or "Yes, son?" He said, "That looks like Daddy's aircraft." And he said, "Was your dad fighting for Germany?" And the little boy said yes. And they had to make a shoot. They went down at the nearest airport as fast as they can. As they were landing, the German aircraft was demanding that they go down now, or else they would get shot up in the air. So they immediately went down. It had such a big impact on the land that a lot of people, like, ears basically exploded because of the pressure. So guys, for now I have no more recording, so I'm gonna end the video. So yeah. And here in this clip, I'm just standing still. So yeah, guys, I gotta go. Bye. I'll see you in part 2. I'll finish up the story.